Check out this streetwear brand called Clout. They have all the latest fashion, from jeans, hoodies, tees, even shoes. Go check out their website. That's kclot.com and use my promo code Brandon Jordan Comedy to receive your discount. Go check them out right now. What up, though? Welcome to a new episode of Don't Blame Me, Blame Detroit. Hey, with your boy Brandon Jordan, and just a couple things at the top, just to get it out the way. You know, this weekend I'm gonna be down in San Diego at the Madhouse Comedy Club. We got two shows each night, Friday and Saturday, 8 and 10 o'clock. So, man, come out, have a good time. We always have a ball down there in San Diego. And you know, this episode's been a while since I had this wild bull on. You know, this is, AKA the ladies' man, AKA one of the funniest cats in Detroit, AKA the Fro. I'm just making this stupid ass shit right now, man. Welcome back to the podcast, my boy, man, Ron Taylor.
Yeah, what's going on, good people? How y'all feeling?
Nah, man, what's been good with you, man?
You know what's funny? I said, how y'all feeling? And like, I expected a response. Like I was just like in robot mode. Like, you know, I've been doing shows. I'm like, yeah, how y'all feeling? And I didn't hear nothing. I was like, oh yeah, because I'm not in front of a fucking crowd right now. I'm with friends, right? They don't respond like that. But anyway, I've been chilling, man. You know, been on the road, doing some things for myself. You know, what do the ladies call it? They call it
self-care.
Well, you fast. yeah. I'm about to think for at least another 10 seconds. Self-care, we're doing some self-care and trying to get it together. So, but everything's good. God is good. You know, won't he do it? Got pulled over by the police on the way here, and they let me go with a warning. They ain't bother me or nothing.
Hey man, God's walking with you, man.
You know, won't he do it?
Won't he do it?
They ain't asked me for that insurance I ain't got or nothing.
Won't he do it?
They already knew.
Man.
He said one of my windows is busted out, got the plastic on it. They was like, yo, you live in here?
They showed it was like, sir, do you live in here? It was funny, it's technically at this moment I don't, because I'm house sitting. But if they would have asked me that, 5 days ago, I was like, what's it to you, sucker? You all in my business for?
Yeah,
would have been on the news.
So if y'all already see, we got another guest on the podcast also, man. I got one of my homies down here, man. One of the hottest DJs out here in LA. Welcome to the podcast, DJ B. What's up, brother?
Thank you for having me. I appreciate y'all. I'm excited. I'm kind of nervous.
I know. I was kind of surprised that you know. At first I said we can do it on Zoom because I know your feelings. He's like, no, I'll come out there. Like, mate, all right, you want to come out to the valley? I know how you feel about coming out to the valley.
It's so far and hot.
Is this the valley?
Yeah.
It is. Oh. It is, yeah. No, like it's that trap. But you was like, we doing it at nighttime. I was like, after 7:30, like I'm down to come to the valley for sure. It's a regular drive, like, but you gotta really have something of interest for me to come when there's traffic. Because that 405 traffic is stupid.
Oh, it is.
That's a high compliment to you, because he here.
Right. It is, because what's so crazy about that traffic is, because you know I work at 2 different locations now. So I work 2 days in Culver City, and then I work 4 days in San Bernardino.
You like working in San Bernardino more, don't you?
I hate it out there, period. But
getting there.
But getting there is not the issue when I leave in the morning. But what's so crazy is when I leave in the morning to San Bernardino, it takes me about an hour to get out there.
Okay.
It takes me in the morning time the same amount of time or even longer to get to Culver City.
That's stupid.
That's how bad the 405 is on any given day in the morning.
San Bernardino.
Makes
What's
me
out
angry.
there? What's out there that I would know?
Nigga, nothing.
Oh.
Imagine a bigger Highland Park.
Detroit Highland Park?
Yes.
I like Highland Park.
Nigga, but Highland Park ain't shit. You can like it,
Yeah.
but nigga,
cool.
Highland Park ain't shit.
Nothing wrong with it.
Okay, fair enough. I get you.
I like that part.
Man, that shit is just crazy, man. Hey, Is we going to go see Thor?
You know what's funny? My buddy, wow, did I forget my own friend's name?
It's okay.
No, it's not. Isaac, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking Alan, then I was like, Alan? Who's Alan? Barry Allen? But that's the Flash. Isaac Allen, comedian, he was a door guy at the store. He hit me up. He was like, yo, we go to see Thor Friday? And I was like, yeah. But in my mind, I'm like, you stupid ass nigga. It come out at midnight on Thursday. I'm like, sure, I'll go with you on Friday, and I will. I'm like, you think I'm waiting that long, motherfucker? I'm going Thursday night, playboy. So, you know, if I can retain a couple dollars, yeah, I'm down to go.
Damn, niggas really be excited for Marvel movies, bro.
Not all of them, cause I didn't see Eternals. Which other one was I not excited to see?
But Thor is that guy?
I don't even know how to describe it. It ain't about Thor because I went to see Doctor Strange, but I was in no rush.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of not in a rush to see this one, but I'm gonna make time. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like there's movies that you can tell in the trailer, like if this is setting up or if this is dealing with the last one or if it's setting up another one. This one looks like the closest one. And then did you see Chris Hemsworth? Oh, fucking jacked.
Chris Hemsworth is Thor, right?
Thor.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
This the biggest he's been.
He's been working.
I want to see that fucking body, nigga. Let me see that chest, boy. Pull it out.
Say that.
What's up? But look, what's up?
Because I like when them niggas do steroids for the shows. Because I know they're doing steroids. Because I know.
It's not illegal if you're not using it for sports. Did you know that?
Well, what you're saying, I'm aware of. There are some substances that are illegal, but they got loopholes. But definitely, if you ain't doing sports, there's no problem.
You're not getting tested for steroids to act.
They're like, what the fuck?
If you're not doing
you ain't this strong. You can't play in this movie. No, they're not.
They probably give you the plug.
It was this scene in the trailer. And what's crazy is I looked it up and I was like, no, that's not real. Cause I know bodies. I know boy bodies. I shouldn't say boy. I know men's bodies. This nigga, pow! I'm like, no, that can't be real. It is real, dog. Like he went hard this movie. He said he's trying to be bigger than he's ever been, and he's playing Hulk Hogan. So, yeah, that's another reason
he got it big.
Pumping that iron, dog. You know that shit excites me. You know what I'm saying?
So, as a nigga that knows boys' bodies, who else boys' bodies?
Don't start no shit. No, say it again.
As a self-proclaimed boy body, like what other bodies get you excited?
Well, you know, my coup de grace is Michael B. Jordan.
That's so cliche.
It is, but I've got backstory, motherfucker.
That's so cliche.
Yo, no. Michael B. Jordan
Kobe's
was
the best. Like, okay.
No, but see, not when Michael B. Jordan was Creed. He was nice. That was cute. When he was, what's the name? Killmonger? I was like, this nigga went over the line. Like, that was beyond bitches gonna like me. This was niggas gonna like me. Like, it's only so big. Like, when you, like, in shape, girls like that. When you, like Usher in his heyday, girls like that. When you, Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger, that's when dudes is like, damn. Damn. So, you know.
As much as I would hate to co-sign you, me and all the homies was in the gym for about a month and a half after 300 came out.
Those is all fake bodies.
Oh.
Yeah, well, most of them were CGI enhanced. Gerard Butler was in shape, but no, that was definitely because what's his name? Who does that? Not Frank. God dog it. Snyder.
I don't know.
Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder produced or directed that movie, and he's known for doing like that color palette, that desaturation, and that type of CGI. So a lot of those, there was like 50-year-old men in there with like six packs. So a lot of that stuff was fake. But Gerard Butler, that was mostly him. Yes. So I'm a fan of Gerard Butler's. One of my favorite bodies is what's Deadpool's name?
Oh,
Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds in Blade 3.
And I don't forget about The Rock, man.
he's just a bodybuilder to me. That's not it's like that's what you said. That's Kobe. I mean, you know, big deal.
It's too easy. It's too easy. It's too easy of an answer.
Nothing, you know.
But what's great is I didn't get into the Marvel films until what was that, Infinity Wars, or was it Endgame that we went to go see?
Infinity War. We went to go see Endgame.
So it was Endgame.
Yeah.
So it was Endgame was like my introduction to Marvel film. I really wasn't into it.
Who could you go without? What Marvel character can you go without? That's an easy answer.
You talking about me?
Both of y'all. That's an easy answer for me, but who is it for y'all?
Boy,
Nigga,
gives
Vision.
me. Oh my god.
Nigga, I never see Vision always get his ass.
First of all, he knows nothing about nothing. He knows nothing about nothing.
Nigga.
Don't even get me started on how
But Wanda's
ignorant
dope.
he
Wanda's
is.
dope, and Wanda's not as dope without her infatuation with Vision.
When you say I could go without, like, I don't need or I want gone.
Answer both.
Who I want gone?
Yeah.
Get that bitch Captain Marvel the fuck out of here.
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. Get that hoe out. Don't want her.
That was a reach. I think that was a reach for women empowerment.
It was not even women empowerment, dog.
They tried.
Jumping
I
on
think
you.
that's what they tried
No,
to do.
that was just.
It was a reach.
That was just ridiculousness. That was just women should have been offended at that.
I get that.
It's like we gonna make a movie about black people, and it's the black man, and he just kill all the white people, and then eat chicken at the end. Like, nigga, that ain't sweet. That ain't cool to me. Like, that's not layered at all. Captain Marvel, she was just, I'm the best. Why? Because I said so. So what am I supposed to tell my daughter?
Right,
You the shit because you say so?
Right, she's like Superman without the super.
Yo.
Yeah. But what was so crazy about me, and the way that they try to write her is that she's so powerful. She's supposed to be so strong.
Right.
Nigga, she just got her ass just handed to her by the Scarlet Witch.
Now see, this is my problem with you, because you say that. So we watching
And no,
Endgame, right? He like, man. Now we all
hold on, but get this. This is like I said. This is my introduction to this shit.
Okay.
This
But
is my
you ain't
introduction.
retarded. You know
Here
how
we
fucking
go.
movies go.
Right.
He's like, damn, why are the superheroes getting beat up?
That's what happens at the beginning. In the middle. That's what happens in the middle.
That's what happens in cinema.
Right.
Don't nobody go to see a movie and be like,
Right. There
here's
has-
a problem.
there has to be
Here's the
conflict.
solution. Nothing in the middle.
Has to be
Nobody
conflict.
getting beat up. Cinematically, they gotta get beat up.
They gotta get beat up a little bit. They gotta overcome something.
Yeah, but so he talking about some Captain Marvel got her ass handed to her to Wanda. It's like, you know.
No,
yeah.
but what I mean that is, it's like she didn't even get a chance to even put up a fight.
But what make you think like
It was like you could lose, but damn, at least put a couple of little hits in.
But that
It
ain't
was
got
no
nothing to
hits.
do with the character. That's the writing.
I fuck with Wanda though. Wanda's a bad bitch.
Oh yeah, Wanda, I fuck with her.
Did you see Madhouse? Oh my God, what's it called?
Madhouse.
No, it's not called Madhouse. That's a
What's
club.
up?
That's a comedy club.
Oh.
Talking about Wanda and Vision.
WandaVision?
No, y'all fucking me up. Doctor
Madhouse.
Strange Multiverse.
We went to go see it
Madness.
together. Nigga.
Okay, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
So it was me and you. Right. Okay.
Yeah, you made me 15 minutes late to the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. We missed the beginning. Turns out we didn't miss.
We didn't miss shit.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
missed too much. That movie was.
Yeah.
It was better than what do you call it? Black Widow. They just really fucked over Black Widow and Scarlett Johansson. It was sad because they should have did one before. And even though they did a prequel, it was like, come on now, you can do make the stuff make sense. And the daddy in that movie, which was Crimson Tide or whatever it was, the red dude who was like the Russian version of Captain America. They made him a doofus, and that's one of the symptoms of the overcorrection of the Me Too movement now. Now it's like, all right, women empowerment, cool. But the overcorrection of women empowerment is men are dumb doofuses and don't even make sense. And it's like, that's just not real. And even if it is real, make it real. Like, all right, the Russian Captain America. Okay, let's say he a doofus. Cool. But you gotta show how he's a doofus. You can't like put him in situations that a doofus wouldn't get in, and then now all of a sudden he's a fucking doofus.
Right.
But anyway, I'm nerding out.
Real quick. Kids have a mommy and a what?
Daddy.
Okay.
What?
I just wanted to hear.
Oh, this nigga making fun of me.
I'm not gonna blame you. I'm gonna blame Detroit.
What you supposed to say?
Daddy.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
Cool.
Wait, how should it be said?
I mean, it's no right way, but I say daddy.
Daddy's kind of soft.
It's
Not
a
that
hard,
I-
it's a hard D,
Yeah.
nigga. What you mean? Daddy.
It's a what?
A hard D.
Pause.
See, I haven't had to say that name in so long. I don't even know what I would say though.
Daddy. What did I
This
say?
nigga bringing up his childhood trauma and shit.
Right.
No, because my dad died when I was 7.
Oh,
Childhood
So,
trauma.
God bless his soul.
So it's like I
Enjoy.
don't even know what I would say. I don't even know what I said when I was a kid.
Yeah.
My dad. What my daddy? Daddy.
What do you call them lanes?
Daddy.
What do you call them lanes in the store? Like, what's it? It's
An aisle.
an aisle?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys don't say it like that.
I feel like I put a little extra on it because I feel.
You feel
judged,
Yeah.
right.
It's an aisle. I probably would say aisle.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I heard Detroiters say ow.
Go down that aisle.
Oh yeah, because
go down that aisle.
because in Detroit
Nobody says aisle.
no. We say
I just aisle.
hey man, y'all want to bail out?
No, but that's what it's called.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and that's
It's Belle Isle.
but we translate it to other stuff too though. I can see where he say that.
Belle Isle.
Where you get that from?
Go down that aisle.
Bail out.
Ow. Y'all
Yeah.
really say ow.
Yeah.
Hey man, I ain't trying to
Right.
hear that
Yeah.
shit.
Right. You know, the same way you say the owl, the bird that goes whoo.
It's an owl.
It's an owl. It's an owl. You walk down the aisle, you might say owl.
Oh my
No.
gosh.
Hey dear, did you see that video of the City Girls?
Which one?
The one from Essence Fest?
This is when you pull
No.
it up. You need an engineer like Jamie on the Rogan.
What happens?
Oh, I can easily put it up.
I got a phone for you.
They so they was dang, what happened to the room? Oh. So they was at Essence Fest
Okay.
I saw a clip of it. I didn't watch it though.
and literally was performing and literally had like 10 people in the whole audience.
Oh,
they performed for
I
empty
didn't
house?
see that.
Yeah.
That happens. That happens as a musician. Maybe not. I wouldn't expect that from the City Girls, but
At the Essence Fest?
at the
No, that's why.
Damn.
There's like, we did not come, Queen, we did not come here to talk about scamming niggas. You know, so they was
no,
like,
if
we
it's
gonna
one
miss
thing
that.
black women like to do is shake their ass.
Not at the Essence Fest. Ain't the Essence Fest about like, you know, Queens,
I
not bitches?
could see them wanting a twerk break. I could see the City Girls going up,
mind you, I don't know.
but also, damn,
That's more than 10 people.
that's less.
I mean, you know,
that's not their fault.
Yeah, no, I can tell, and you know.
That's the promoter's
yeah.
fault.
I don't even think it's promoted. This is just like,
Why
this,
wasn't
just,
nobody?
this how
else doing it?
venues go. Somebody got to be at the
But
beginning.
also, they still got paid.
oh yeah, they still got
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
At the end of the day, they still
The
got
price
paid.
didn't change.
Yeah, they still got. At the end of the day, it was still paid. But it was
Right.
funny. This is the first thing when I woke up this morning was looking. This is the first thing they was talking about.
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite as far as aesthetic goes?
I don't know
JT,
that at all.
JT. So JT's the one on the right, and then Young Miami is the one on the left.
Which one is with Diddy?
The one on the left.
Over here.
Yep. And the one on the right's with Uzi.
Really?
Lil Uzi Vert.
Wow.
I low-key think that their relationships are going to be the end of their group.
Oh, I think that it's gonna be.
Oh, their relationships with their respective person
Yeah.
is going to be in the
Them.
City Girls.
Exactly.
Oh, I just didn't.
I don't.
More so Uzi.
Put it like this. I see exactly why you would say that.
It's
I'm gonna-
because Young Miami gets into fights with Lil Uzi.
I think the end of the groups is because this is just a fad. This is
But see,
this is
I
gonna burn
don't.
out.
I don't like that because my little brother, he told me. I remember this was like I don't know.
I mean, like, they could play out, and then the group could still be together.
But this is my thing. A couple years ago, my little brother was like, "Man, Migos gonna break up."
They
And-
did.
but at that point in their career, they might have been 7, 8 years in. people are individuals.
Right.
Like, that's a successful group. Y'all been together
The
for
group
8
had
years.
a successful story.
And I told my brother, I was like, yo, they family it's only so much they can break up. Like, all right, the Jackson 5, did they break up?
I mean, you know what happened, right?
Did they break up? Because I remember when
they did the breakup.
they did the BET thing, they came back together. So like,
ending.
niggas do what they do. People do, they go off on their own. But yes, I get what you're saying when you say that. I can imagine that their respective relationships could be the end of their work together. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and say no, because I don't think that they have the energy being put to them that they're the greatest. They probably have the opposite. Like, people like, you bitches can't rap. And when you have that, like, angst from the world, it kind of pushes you together. Like, which one of them can you see, like, oh, that one's clearly the star? They both rap like 5th graders.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
They're equally talented.
If you want to call it that.
Right.
Which,
I like City Girls.
I mean,
I'm a fan. They got slaps. As a DJ.
Okay, but that's different. You speaking with DJ. I'm saying I talk a lot of shit about a lot of music. I do. I talk a lot of shit about a lot of music. And a lot of my saying is just me being ignorant, being funny. A lot of stuff I say it's just not for me.
Yeah.
But that shit is trash. Oh
no,
that shit is just
I don't like
it's trash.
I don't like that you say that.
It's not true.
It's
not true.
It's like, I swear, I go, when I hear any of their songs come on, I really feel like my grandmother when I was a kid, when she said, please turn that fucking noise off. That's how it sounds.
I will say, I am not a fan of...
You guys aren't able to hear music from someone else's perspective.
No, that's not me. It might be him, it's not me. Music, I'm down with. I'm down with music. I tell him all the time, like, okay, so long story short, you got rap and then you got music. Then there's what we call rap music. Rap don't even need a beat. Rap music probably has a beat, whatever, so on and so forth. And if you're rapping, let's say there's no music, there's no beat. I would like the rap to maybe sound good, like have a nice cadence, or the artistry of rap, like have lyrics or, make me think or tell a story, right? Now with rap music, you take like a Young Thug, I don't even need to know what the fuck you said. You just hitting some nice rhythms and you got a nice beat. That's music. That's what I like.
It's Michael Jackson.
Right? Well, we can hear Michael Jackson.
You know the fuck you can't.
What are you talking about? I know all Michael Jackson words.
All Michael Jackson words?
Yes. All of them. Chimon. The beats come on. Now you take a James Brown. Nobody knows it's
amazing.
But it's beautiful music. Now with the City Girls, music aside, the way that they rap, the stuff they talking about, and their cadence, the way that they, weave in and out of the pocket, none of that is appealing to me. I'm not a fan of just how they do. It's in Miami and I'm fucking in your nigger.
Big jacket bag and the passage niggas.
Well, see, he always do that mush mouth thing, which I don't. No.
Special ed ass somewhere, man.
You stop it.
There's nothing retarded.
I'm no fan of that, but you take that and you take, because this is what is being pushed now, which I have no problem with.
Y'all don't know how much money goes into a Birkin bag? A Birkin bag can hold 5 or 6 figures. The big one. The big one, though.
Hey, this nigga silly, bro.
That's a fucking bar if it's real life.
I will say this. What's being pushed right now is the energy. And I can appreciate that. That city girl energy, but that energy don't move me. That don't mean I don't like it. When I say I'm not a fan, I mean it like definitively, just like, no, I'm not fanatical about that. Like, if I hear it, I'm not like...
I'm not in the car and say, yo, put on the City Girls. You know what I mean? But
sure,
in public settings, I enjoy City Girls.
Yeah,
but what energy is it giving you? Like, you hear City Girls and you like...
Fun.
It's fun. What's fun?
All of their songs.
Like dancing? Drinking?
Yeah, sure. All of that.
Okay. All right. I'm not a big dancer. I'm not a big club dancer. But I asked that, like, I ain't trying to indict you. Like, I'm trying to, like, really figure it out.
Still be like,
when the city girls come on, I'm just like,
You can ride through it.
no, I can.
There's songs that come on, you be like, turn this shit off. That's not them.
Yeah. There's some shit out there though, man. But like, yeah, the city girls and the way that they talk, one of them at least, the one that's with Diddy, it's so interesting that a day and they're like stops me from seeing her as a person, and she just seems like a case study to me. The way she talks, it's just like I can't, like, it's like watching porn with a guy whose dick is too big. You just like, I can't enjoy any part of this. I'm not even repulsed. All I can think is like, how do humans come in that size? Like 13 inches? This is fucking wild. I don't see titties. I don't see this man. I'm just like, I can't believe that this happens in life. The same with the one that's dating Diddy. It's like, people really talk like that? That's what. Why?
Real
How?
bad.
What is it? And then I'll
We could get it.
What'd you say?
Real bad.
We could get it.
No, you said it right the first time. That type of stuff. I'm gonna blow you on my camera. What? How did she say that? If you cheat on me, I'm blow you on my camera. And I'm just like, cause it's not like she's faking it. That's what's interesting. It's like
you can feel the authenticity.
Yeah, it's like, but it's almost like, all right, what is that? So if you go, okay, what is a Jamaican accent? Well, they don't have TH, they have DA. All right, so I know the science behind how they talk like that. They don't say the, they say duh. Or whichever one is with Diddy. Is it JT?
No.
It's Carisha.
It's Young Miami.
Young Miami.
Carisha.
It's like, damn, what is that? What letters do she not have? What sound is she replacing? You know, and it's interesting, but whatever.
Carisha fine as hell to me.
I don't know. They kind of look equal to me from what I just saw.
I thought that for a minute until I actually dissected it.
The one that's with Diddy is Carisha.
Yeah,
I think she's you know, if somebody put a fucking water gun to my head, I'd say the one that's with Diddy. Yeah. Cause I saw their interview, that's why I keep referring to that, and he said weird. I was like, Diddy, you like 60, dog.
Alright, so look, listen.
Diddy, you're like 60, player.
Hey,
what?
I'm just put this out there. I think them motherfuckers stole my set.
Your music set?
No,
like your
my
DJ
set?
Oh, like visually?
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't be
the Carisha, please.
I wouldn't have you.
Because alright, so look, let me tell you why.
Okay.
Issa was on my podcast.
Right?
Yeah. Issa was on my podcast, and her and Diddy are cool. She's a Ciroc. She got sponsored by Ciroc now. Right?
She's a Ciroc girl.
She's a Ciroc girl.
Yeah.
Right? So there's a very high possibility that somebody from Diddy's team saw that. Right? I got the green grass wall with the neon sign behind it, right? And it's outdoors. Carisha has this like semi-outdoors with this Carisha Please neon sign and the green foliage behind it. I was like, that looked like my shit.
But I can believe that though.
Well, based off what you described, now this is just me talking shit. Based off what you described, and I'm not taking away from the creativity and the ingenuity of what you came up with, but based off what you described, that's not difficult to get to. So in comedy, there's a lot of times where people go, oh, he stole my joke or she stole my joke. And it's like, how difficult is that joke to get to? So one of the ones that I had a problem with, well, I didn't have a problem with, somebody came up to me with a problem. I got a joke about getting hit with a bow and arrow instead of a gun, right? And then somebody came to me like, somebody else does that joke. And I'm like, all right, if you're thinking about weapons,
right,
and you're eliminating guns, how many thoughts do it take to get to bow and arrow?
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
One.
Right.
So it's not that hard to get to.
Right.
It's like, I didn't take that person's joke. We both got an easy joke. Now with yours,
that happens in the DJ world too.
Oh, I believe it.
And then it comes to, you know, the difference between stealing is if the concept is different. Like you have a whole, just because you have a similar premise, it doesn't mean the concept that you're getting to is different. and the two jumps is totally two different jumps.
Yeah, yeah, and I did my. Oh, I ain't gonna go into that. I'm be a little chatty patty. But with what you said with the grass background, appreciate it. The grass background and the neon lights, I could imagine how that wouldn't be difficult to get to.
Fact.
But with that being said, because I know the industry, I would not be surprised if they just straight up stole your shit. It happened to us. It happened to
I'm
me.
not mad at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? The ambiance doesn't matter. It's the content.
Me and my buddy Josh, his buddy as well,
Mhm.
Josh Adams out of Detroit, we did something where essentially we redid the scene from Coming to America when it was in the barbershop and it was talking about boxers. We redid it and we did it talking about basketball players.
Okay.
And I wore a wig, like a long hair wig, and we were just talking about basketball players. Shaq did a Reebok commercial maybe a couple months afterwards. It was Shaq in a long-haired wig, essentially doing the Coming to America thing, talking about basketball players. And it's like, is that easy to get to?
Was it around the time Coming to America 2 was coming up?
No,
that was
this
way
was years
before.
ago.
This is
Coming to America 2 wasn't even a thought.
Yeah.
This might have been 2000.
2008.
No, boy, I was in high school.
No. So it had been like
You
2011.
can't put on a wig in high school.
No, I wasn't doing comedy.
Nah, I get you. Go ahead.
This has got to be like early 2011, 2012.
I'll put it between 2011 and 2013. It was between them years.
Okay.
And that shit came out, and it's funny, we was sitting
I
around.
forgot it was so goddamn young.
That's funny. We was sitting around, was like, yo, what the fuck? It's like, should we sue? It's like, we don't even know how to sue. We should just take this, which we both did, which we all did, because I don't know if you was there or not, but there's different people involved. We all took it as like, hey, the stuff we're doing is good enough.
We're on to something.
Yeah. And that's, sometimes if you made a set design that was good enough to be,
Emulated,
lifted by Diddy, that's payment enough. You know that you ain't doing no horse shit. You own to something.
Payment enough for you.
Yeah.
Nah, it's cool.
Did you really have a good time yesterday at the crib?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I had a good time coming over there too, man.
Thank you for coming.
Man, it's always good, man.
Where the fuck y'all go?
She came to my house.
So
For what?
It's 4th of July. What you mean?
I told you I
Oh,
was
right,
out there.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I got the backyard all did up, so like we try to have
Damn. Where you live?
the 60s.
60s. 60s. That's like gangster or something, right?
Nip Hustle. You heard of it?
60s. Rolling 60s.
Yeah.
Crips.
Yeah.
Are you a Crip?
Yeah.
Don't answer it, because then I know and then I'll be guilty by association. I don't want to hear that shit.
You trying to get put on?
Brother, I'm okay.
Nah, man. It's
Stay in the valley.
It's always good, man, being over with everybody, man, and just hanging out. Well, it was cool talking with your mama yesterday, and it was funny because she was just talking about how she loved being able to have the relationship she got with y'all, you and your sisters and stuff, as adults.
Yeah.
And it was just weird for me because like I'm just like I don't have that type of relationship. Like I still have like a kid adult relationship with my mother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like she was talking about how she like to have drinks with y'all. Like I ain't have no drink with my mama. I want out to drink anyway, but if I did, that'd be so weird to me to sit and have a drink with my mama.
Why?
Because I'm the child.
See, okay, so this is the thing. You're not though.
I know I'm not, but that's our relationship. It's like
your mama hasn't shown her mortality.
that's our relationship.
Boy, you getting deep.
I'm just saying, no, because
I never thought about that.
As an adult, I started realizing like, yo, it's crazy. Like my mom's just a girl. You know what I'm saying? Like,
girl grown up.
Because forced to though. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
because time forces you to grow up.
Yeah,
But, like,
you can't stay young and continue living.
But like, she's just a girl. Like, she was like 20, doing 20-year-old stuff. You know what I mean? Like, her mind was still 20, but I didn't see that because I was 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like But at a certain,
at 18.
No. I was just
Okay.
saying numbers. If I really want to do the math, I think she was 28 when she had me. And I
That's
was the
pretty
last
grown.
one.
Especially back then.
I was the
28 was 28
So
was
she had
like,
her first kid at 22. She had her first kid at 22.
Even
her last
still,
kid at 28.
22 back then
Was 32.
now.
Yeah, 32 and
Right.
20.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a fact.
Yeah.
But it's just like seeing them go through stuff. Like you start realizing, like, yo, you're just like a person. Like you know what I mean? Because as a kid, they have the answer to everything. Like whatever's wrong with you, you go to your mama. She'll fix it, or she'll take you to who can fix it. She knows what to do to make sure that everything is good. They feed you. They are your key to survival, and then once you like detach from them, you start realizing like they was doing the same shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And your mama has still instilled her like superhero-ness in you. So like you kind of like afraid to like step to like.
I superhero-ness on whose part? On her part?
His mom's still a superhero to him.
Oh, right. Okay. Right.
I won't even go that far.
Cause what's she gonna do if you have a drink with her?
No, she won't do it.
That's what I'm saying.
Anything.
Like,
but it just feel weird because we never broke that barrier.
it's up to you.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Growing
up to you.
Can you go into the idea of the mortality that you brought up? What did you?
When I said mortality, I meant saying that your parents are religious people.
Oh.
You think like because I meant to say like they're superheroes to you in your head when you're little, and you don't think of them as actual people that go through pain, that go through struggles, that die. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm so like in this conversation or in this subject because I'm going through some different, let's just call them situations with my mother now.
What's she going through? What's going on?
Well, long story short, not to fucking Oprah and Ian Levins and all of us right now, but it's like long story short, my mother, this to me, I believe I found out that my mother hates men, right?
Okay.
But it's shocking to me. Why? Now I've had my mother my whole life. How did I not figure this out?
Because you were born.
I was not always a man. I was a boy. I grew into a man. So if my mother hates men, and I'm just gonna say if because I don't know her heart, like she does. If my mother hates men, her hate wasn't immediately directed towards me. It grew. But it grew and it's so completely different from what I've known of her. It's just like, well, what the fuck? And in my mind, I've even said it to her sometimes, like, yo, if I had a Precious mama, like the mama from the movie Precious, my whole life, I would at the very least know what's what. You know what I'm saying? Like, good or bad, like I would be like, oh my God. At 30, I ain't gonna be like, why are you acting like that? I had a Precious mama my whole life. And I know a lot of people
I never
had
seen
that.
Precious.
The mother was horrible.
Okay.
That's all you
Okay,
need to know.
I did know
She
that.
was mean.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Let
it's
me get a
like,
crack at that yak.
brother, you go ahead and kill that.
Will do.
My mother was like Claire Huxtable.
Oh, your mom was perfect.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And then as I became a man, she slowly, and then at some point, like, made a hard left to becoming, I ain't gonna go as far as say Precious, but like a Tyler Perry mama.
I do not understand what you're saying.
You never seen Tyler Perry movies?
I've seen Tyler Perry movies.
Okay,
but I
so
don't
Tyler
understand what you're
Perry
saying.
movies, the women, some of the women in there, they either hate black people or they hate black men, but a lot of them hate black men like that. Dang, just hate.
Does
men.
your mom hate you?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. I don't believe that at all.
Okay, cool.
I believe she hates men. I happen to be a man.
Right, that's what I noticed you said both of those points. That's why I had to ask a question.
No, I'm not crazy.
So I guess you getting at, you think that she hates some of your characteristics, some of the things that you do?
I can even go as far as to take out the word hate just to make it
Or
better.
dislike?
Does she hate men or does she like women?
Jesus Right. This nigga went for the jugular. Let me sip to that. It is my understanding she has no interest in women whatsoever.
Okay.
Does she? I mean.
Okay. I'm just trying to get a clarity.
Is my mama a mutant? I don't know. But I have no evidence that is her deal.
No, okay, so the reason I had asked that, not to be offensive at all, was because Hove went through that.
Mm-hmm.
His mom was a lesbian.
Sure.
And found out when 444 came out. Like, we all found out at 444 when he did, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
And like, it was like she had a long time where she couldn't live those truths. You know what I mean? Because of the
That's
time.
cool.
The
Even
time
my
they grew up
mama
in.
went through that or is going through that. Don't put that shit on me. What the fuck?
Right, I was just trying to get a clarity
Yeah.
of what you were saying. You was like, my mom hates men. I was like, okay, she's a lesbian.
That's
But
funny.
no,
That's funny that
that's not what you meant.
No, it's funny that that's just that is even where our minds go. Like as a what are we? A community, as a
Right.
country right now. Like we, anyway. But no,
Like immediately when you talked about how she felt about people, I thought about sexual preference.
exactly.
Right.
Which should not be, but that's just how we get down.
It is
That's
what it is.
America.
But I have friends who are dealing with women who hate men. I get what you're saying now.
And it's just like the punishment. And I'm not even saying that I don't deserve to be hated. I don't believe so. But I ain't gonna go as far as to say that I know that I shouldn't. But
You don't seem hateable.
I mean, you're not my mother, so there's a lot. You it's just like, who knows? Maybe she's got good reason, but my thing, I was even saying this yesterday, it's like, my thing is, I communicate for a living, so I'm down to communicate, like, yo, talk to me. And I had to take a step back and realize that just because I'm ready or have the ability or the wherewithal to communicate different thoughts, feelings, and ideas doesn't mean that everybody else is supposed to. Mm-hmm. So it's like, all right, yo, what's your deal? Talk to me. And this is the shit that freaked me out. I'll be like, here's this big problem. Mom, the problem is this. Tell me about this. Right. And she'll be like, you know what? She said this too. And I don't even give a fuck about saying it. I would not say it because she might be offended, but whatever. Is she going to see this? Probably not. Even if she does, hey, you should see it. Long story short, I was like, yo, Mom, it's like you hate men. I don't know anything good you said about any man that exists, period. Like, it ain't got to be my daddy, me, yo, I don't even know what dude you're a fan of in the world. The only males that you have any admiration for seems to be gay dudes. Or like transgender people on the shows you watch. Wow. Where's the respect for men? Right? So I'm bleeding. I'm opening up my heart.
That's a lot of vulnerability.
I'm like, yo. She said, you know what? I'm going to use the accent, whatever, who cares? You know what? I've been thinking about that. Well, I find it funny that you're always bringing up gay men. You always bring up gay men. I said, what? Now I'm angry. I'm angry. Not because she brought up the idea of me being gay.
No, I'm laughing because I know your mama's voice. I know your mama's voice, so I can just imagine her saying that.
It's very stern, very mad. It's Claire Huxtable. When Claire Huxtable talks, you like, I don't know what the fuck you said, but it's right. Okay. That's how my mother communicates.
Go ahead.
Like, you've brought up being...
Well, since we want to talk about who we are.
Right, no. See, I could take that. You've brought up being... You've brought up that a lot, and it just, I'm like, what? Because I cut her off, because now I'm angry. What are you talking about? I'm not even going to talk about it. No, say it. Say it. What are you talking about? What are you saying? You've just said, I've just wanted to leave room for the idea because you've brought up a lot, and sometimes I think that there's something that you really want to tell me. I feel like you just are hiding something. Oh, I'm like, I'm seething, bro. I'm seething. Man. Mind you, it ain't got nothing to do with the accusation. It's the fact that you would go as far as to accuse me before you address what I said. Let's not forget what I said. I said, yo, I don't know nothing good you said about me, and I don't know what man you admire. That's what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. She essentially went.
She diverted it.
She said, you gay. What? Word? So I say, So, Ma, you think that I'm battling with my sexuality, and I haven't told you that, and that's part of the contention we've had? I said, Ma, I love dick. Love dick and boy booty holes. Love them. Good? We're done now? Okay, so now address what the fuck I said. Because I don't give a fuck about this icebreaker. In what world do you think I'm gay and don't tell nobody? How am I gonna get dick if I don't tell nobody? How? How you do that?
Where do they do that?
Because I like what I like. You know what I'm saying? So if I like dick and boy booty holes, somebody got to know so I can get them. I go online and I tell people how I'm homeless. I live in a car. I heat cans of soup up on a little Bunsen burner. I'm telling all of my truth, but I ain't telling them one thing that in 2022 in Hollywood might get me over. So I'm just hiding the fact. It's like, Mom, you're being ridiculous. Like, dude, you trapped in the 90s. It's 2022.
Right.
Don't nobody give a fuck about that.
Right.
Right.
I said, you ain't got to worry about me, the thought of me. Ma, I love it. Boy booty holes in my face.
Oh, shit.
That's what I do.
Now
The
that
ding-a-ling.
right, but now that we got this out the way.
I eat ding-dongs. We're good? Great. Now, what about the fact that you don't respect?
Right.
She ain't like that, of course.
What happened? What happened?
You know, essentially,
Where did that go? She shut down?
Where did that go? She did. She did, actually. That was, I remember.
That sounds about right.
I remember
Yeah,
where I was
it
at
sounds
and what I was
It
drinking.
sounds just like it as well.
Because it was too much. And as I continue to go throughout life, I realized, and it's hard to do it because it's like, this is my mother. This ain't a person. I just met you. I just meet other people.
Mm-hmm.
This is my all.
Right.
This is the one person, her and my
You've never
father.
met.
This is just what it is.
You've always known her.
This is just life.
Yeah. She's
So
been
it's-
there as long as you've known thoughts.
Yeah, since I've existed.
Yeah.
I existed from right. So it's like anybody else, it don't matter.
Yeah,
But
of
it's
course.
hard now as I continue to get, you know,
It's
I
just
don't even want to say get older, but as I continue throughout life, it's like, yo, I might say something. Let's say I backed my mother into a corner. Let's say that. In my mind, my mother goes, fine, let me tell you, sucker.
Right.
But
Because
that's
that's your
not how
superhero.
be-
Exactly. You get it.
Now I get it.
Yeah.
'Cause- But see, that's not life.
She
What-
showed her
what-
mortality when she backed down from when you confronted her with that.
Truly, what happened was my mom pretty much was like, you know what? Fuck you. And I'm like, what? You can't say fuck you. You have to see
You
the struggle.
always confront everything.
Yeah.
You ain't scared of shit.
What the fuck you? How, you know what? That's why you
Oh,
Chinese.
shit.
I'm like, what? Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
Oh, I would.
I'm not Chinese.
I would have loved it.
You
to take this
Chinese.
conversation.
And but like
Lord
that's crazy how eye opening of a moment that had to be for you.
Yo,
You just put a chink in your mom's armor.
yo. My mama told me she didn't, but just to make it make sense, my mama told me I was Chinese. And I'm like, not only is that not true, but that ain't got shit to do with what I'm talking about.
What in the fuck does that have to do with what we were talking about?
My mother flipped over the chessboard.
Right.
And I didn't think, in my mind, I'm like,
She took her ball and went home.
you can't do that. It's your job to beat me. That's how it's always been.
Right.
Now, I ain't beat my mama yet. But she done flipped the board over a few times, and I'm still grasping that concept.
It's hard to process. Yeah.
That she's like, you know what? Fuck y'all, I'm out of here.
But
That shit is crazy.
But I think that also too the relationship with my mother also
Your
kinda-
mother.
My mother.
Mhm.
I think that's one of the trickle down effects of the relationship I got with my brother and sister.
And how was that?
Is that see growing up, my sister is 10 years older than me.
Okay.
So growing up,
That's your auntie.
I didn't have a
Right.
sister. I had another mama.
Right.
So as we got older, we never grew together with a brother sister relationship, and so that even affected with me and my younger brother, because even though we're adults now,
That's the symbol of how a sibling is supposed to treat their younger sibling is what you had, and that's how you treated your younger sibling.
Right, and so even though we're closer in age, the age gap doesn't seem so big now. It looked so huge when we were younger.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in high school, he in elementary.
Mm-hmm.
So as we got older, that wall never broke from you the little brother to, you know what I'm saying, versus we're just brothers.
Right. 4 years ain't shit after you 30.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's, I think, and so now that especially my sister is trying to build a better relationship,
yeah,
it's still awkward to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the whole dynamic of our dynamic is awkward because for X amount of 30 years, we didn't have it.
Right.
Now it's like, not saying that it's being forced, but it's being tried to build it.
Right.
And it's like,
You know, your brother or sister?
both. But it's like,
with siblings.
It's like, all right, we can try, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's been so far apart for so long, is that now I'm so focused on my life, my goals and my stuff. The days go by where I don't even think about, like, I ain't even call my brother and sister. It literally be weeks and months, and I'd be like, dang, I ain't even talk to nobody.
I'm talking to my sisters every day.
You know, I can say that I did not do that. I was not like on that, like being a active, like, and I'll give the reason why. I'll give the reason why. In my mind, I'm in the fields, and I found out that nobody else thinking like this. That's another thing that fucked me up. In my mind, I'm in the fields, so I can do for everybody. Whether that's what you're supposed to do, whether that's like a ridiculous idea, whether I was arrogant to think that, or even like, you know, self-loathing to think that, for whatever reason, in my mind, I'm in the fields. Let's just use some direct words. I'm getting ready to go get rich and famous so we can all have mansions. Right?
Yeah.
You ain't heard from me in a while. But you know I'm working for you. Turns out, everybody else don't think like that. Like, the rest of my family and even friends, they ain't thinking like, hey, for whatever reason I ain't talked to you, interacted, for whatever, I'm working for you. A lot of people, if they, like, let's say you ain't heard from them in a while, they working for them.
Yeah.
In my mind, I ain't even saying that I've been doing the actual thing necessarily, but in my mind, I have been working for other people because in my mind, that's what you're supposed to do.
That's your utopia.
I ain't even saying that that's right. Just in my mind, you're supposed to go out there and work to make your family be good, and then you too. Turns out that ain't it.
But that's not how everybody thinks.
Yeah, that ain't, not only is that not how
that's
everybody thinks, that's probably, and I'm still growing and learning, that's probably not how you're supposed to think. Like, I'm like doing, I used to say this a long time ago, but I used to say it a lot. Like, yo, I ain't got to do comedy. I can have a regular job. I ain't got to do comedy. I'm smart. I could be an engineer somewhere and make a cool $200,000-$300,000 a year.
Yeah, get your 6 figures and be happy.
I ain't got to worry about nobody. I'm over here living in vans, drinking alcohol, sucking pussy. I'm doing, you know, I'm taking Molly. You know, I'm doing all this shit so I can be this fucking, you know, this star. I don't even mean like superstars, but like this cosmic star for our family. I'm trying to take our family from regularness to the stratosphere. Only to find out the rest of my family like, yo, we focused on us.
And
if
we says living in a van, drinking alcohol, sucking pussy.
Yeah. And doing
for y'all.
Yeah. But well, when you say it like that.
But this is what I believe when it comes to that though, is that the reason why they don't think about that versus why you do, because you're chasing something that can actually happen to where it can change their life, versus they're working on something that they're hoping just to make their life good. If you get what I mean, you're in a career path where you can be able to achieve that type of lifestyle. They're not. They're working a regular job where they just trying to make it to where they're taking care of themselves.
But in my mind, regardless as to what career path I went into, that was my thought process. But this is the thing. I don't necessarily think, at the very least now, that thought process is correct or healthy or even the.
So you want to adopt a more self-centered mindset?
It ain't about what I want to, what I have. Just like as I'm speaking to you, I'm displaying what my change already was. It's like, oh, self. You like.
Well, you can't take care of others until you take care of yourself.
Right. But see, that ain't how I got down. That's not what I did.
Yeah, you're
in my mind, and it probably was my daddy's. It probably was my daddy's fault because it seemed like, whether he was or wasn't, it seemed like my daddy was like, yo, it was this, because this is kind of how I was. It still am a little bit.
What you did do.
But he was like, yo, my father was like, yo, fuck all that about me. I'm gonna be all right. What the fuck is going on? And I adopted that. Which, now that I say it out loud, kind of sounds kind of superhero.
That's dope.
Maybe, but it's dangerous. Because my daddy was like, and
that's me though. I'll do that shit.
Not to
me. What's up with us?
Not to put my little brother's stuff out there too much, but let's just say my little brother, he was in a situation where he needed some assistance, and I was kind of at the end of my ability. You know what I'm saying?
Can't help others if you can't help yourself.
And this shit, it was, let's call it big. It was a lot. I'm like, yo, this is some life or death shit. This is like some fucking mental breaking shit. I don't know what I can do, man. Like, if I tell anybody about this, like, I'm gonna get reamed for it. I'm gonna get criticized, ridiculed. I'm gonna get judged. This is the worst thing to happen is this situation, and the thing that's worse than that is me having to tell people that this is happening, right? I'm about to fucking get emotional now thinking about it. So I called my daddy, right? I'm like, yo, shit went down, man. And this is the deal. Nigga, my daddy was like, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Where you at?
Drop a pin.
Where you at? Come on now. What we talking about?
Right.
Motherfuckers, you thinking about all of this shit, you thinking fucking sky getting ready to fall down. And somebody just say, I'm on the way. They ain't ridicule you. They ain't ask you about things. They ain't ask you about no money. What? What's going on? I'll be there.
You know what's interesting? I had a very similar situation happen to me. My dad did the exact opposite. That shit was fucked up. I think, honestly, that shit has left a strain on me. My whole family. Okay, so I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you exactly what happened. Me and a homie was selling weed in Vegas, and we got caught.
You might have deserved what we went through.
Well, the homie got caught. I was guilty by association, right? Okay. The homie got caught. And I was guilty by association. And then, so I was in jail. Like I was in jail for like a week and a half. You know what I mean? In Vegas. And my family is on the phone having conference calls like, yo, what do we need to do? How much is the bail? What do we got to do? Let's get him out. Like, you know what I mean? And then my dad was the only one that said, leave him there. And when that got back to me, I was like, what the fuck, bro? Like, you my boy. Like, me and my dad are not separated. My parents are not separated. My dad's always been there for me. Been there at home my entire life, right? And he was the only person, when my whole family talked about what was going on, that said that. everybody else is trying to figure out a way to get me home and get me out of this situation. It was like, we'll deal with whatever the fuck it is after that, but let's get him out of there.
That's the rest of your family saying that. Now, what was your reason for saying that, though?
I asked him that.
Okay.
Interesting. I was like, I had to confirm. I had to because I was like, bro, I'm not a bad person. Bro. Like, what do you mean? Like, why did you say leave me in the worst place known to man? Like, when they want to punish you to the utmost extent, they put you here, and you wanted me to stay there.
What he said?
Why? And he was just like, I don't know nothing about none of this. Like, I don't.
See, that's the
overplay
for the underlay.
It was a horrible answer. Horrible answer. So, like, even to this day, like, I still have some secret resentment towards my dad because of that. And we don't have any strains in our relationship besides that to me. You know what I mean? But that was a real thing. Like, I was really in some shit. And everybody else came to bat for me and helped. And then you said leave him there. And that's when everybody was like, all right, never mind what this nigga saying. What we about to do?
So, I was in a similar situation. I had got locked up for traffic ticket, for my ticket. It was like $1,500. Mm-hmm. So I remember when I got locked up.
Anything over a band, you going to jail.
So I remember I got locked up, and my auntie went to the court the next day because I got locked up on a Sunday. Mm-hmm. So the next day, she went to the court, found out how much it was, and I'm on the phone, and I'm like, okay, so how long I gotta stay in here? Like, when, and the courts told them, when I went to court every day, it's like, you either gotta pay the $1,500 or you gotta do 30 days. So I'm like, I'm on the phone with family, I'm like, okay, so y'all gonna get me out, or when how many days I be, when I want to see y'all? We see you in 30.
Damn. A whole month, huh?
Well, you know what?
I was shut down for that whole month, bro.
Damn, you was in there for a month?
I was in there for a whole month.
Damn.
And then, hold on. So then when I get out, I had old tickets in like another comedy.
They transferred you?
So hold on, listen. So they transferred me out to jail to take me back to the precinct, right? So I'm sitting there, and the lady, she like, all right, well, we got to find out about such and such. All right. I'm thinking I'm about to be down for another 30 days. Yeah. She come back, she like, you want to go home? Yeah, nigga, I want to go home. What the fuck you mean?
As opposed to what?
And so, because the other county wasn't going to come and drive and get me over no tickets. Oh, okay. If they get me, they don't get me in the streets.
Oh,
you know what I'm
you told me.
It wasn't worth it.
Right. It wasn't worth it. So, my stepdaddy, who's my stepdaddy now, at the time he wasn't. He was just my mama's friend, whatever.
Allegedly.
You know what I'm saying? And so,
your what?
And so,
he was your what?
My mama's friend at the time.
He was already stepdaddy.
So he come pick me up, right? So he come pick me up to drive me home. And in the car, he's like, hey man, he owed $20. And he was like, also, he said, man, that little comedy stuff you're doing, you're really not that funny. So I think you might need to find something else to do.
That's the bullshit.
I was like, you gonna let me out right here. You know what I'm saying? I can get back to the rest of the career from here.
That's the thing I don't understand. Like where in life has that been effective or needed? Like, I was telling somebody a couple days ago.
What, crushing the dream?
Yeah, well, or let's call it being real. Let's call it
being
real.
Sure that's what they think they're doing.
Uh-huh.
But let's go. Okay, so if they think they being real, when has there been a situation that we know of as individuals? Because I ain't saying we can't point to one in life. Like, we all got TVs, you can point to something. But whoever that we know, it's been like, man, if this one person wasn't shitting on me, if this one person wasn't real, I wouldn't be where I am right now. Especially when it comes to something like that. Like, let's say you're trying to be a model. Somebody come up to you, and somebody close to you, right? And that'd be my biggest issue. Like, my mom would be saying shit like that. Like, I need to keep you grounded. I'm like, you think that's the job you need? Like, what's other niggas out here? It's people out here. You think you need to be the one to make sure I don't have the big head? So fuck the agent, fuck the club owner, fuck the girl, fuck the boy, fuck all these the other 7 billion people in the world. You need to be the one to tell me you ain't all that.
You know,
there's people who got that job.
Right.
They got it. They doing a bang up job too. Ooh, they are so good at it. You know what I don't have a lot of? What I've always got openings for? The encouragers.
Right.
The people who build me up. The people who build me up to the point where I think I can do something that I really can't do.
Right.
That position is completely open.
Right.
It is so open. But my own fucking mama, or let's say for somebody else, their own fucking daddy, it's like, you know what job I need to do? I need to be like, motherfucker, you can't do that. Word, you need to tell me that? And that shit's just sad. So like for your stepdad to tell you that, it's just like, ugh.
Also, like, I can't take that opinion seriously for someone who isn't living their dream.
Well, there's that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you didn't go out on a limb and become something you really, really wanted to be, for you to tell me not to do that, I can't trust it.
As Jay-Z said, everybody tells you how to do it, they never did it.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought that up from time to time. And a lot of stuff, and this was interesting about, continuing throughout life. Like, some stuff a lot of stuff don't even, like, let's say, discourage me. It's just disappointing to hear. It's like, all right, let's say anybody in my family, anybody not in my family, saying something less than desirable to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, so what now? Like, what was that for?
Right.
Like, I could tell my mother, like, yo, you telling me how to do something you never did. But I don't got no problem with that. What is interesting to me is like, yo, why? Why do you not have nothing but encouraging words? Like, for what reason do you possess words of discouragement? Okay, they don't affect me. Let's call it like Superman. Superman, he's bulletproof. People shooting him. He can't get that mad at people shooting him because he's bulletproof. But you do wonder, like, my nigga, why are you shooting me? Yeah, it's like, why?
You know what bullets do.
That's
And
what
you wanted that to happen to me.
And that's how I be going throughout life, dog. And it's damn near like, yo, the intent hurt more than the possibility of the action going through. Yes, I am bulletproof. But, yo, I be hurt at the idea, like, oh my God, my nigga, why you trying to shoot me?
Right.
Especially when you ain't dead and you could talk to them after they did the action. Because they thought you was going to die after they shot you. Pow! And you like, what the fuck was that for? They ain't even got nothing for that. And you're like, no. Why did you do that? And then just like, the nigga shoot you again.
They ain't got nothing else to do.
You like,
for the head.
no, what the fuck did I do to you?
Right.
That shit's sad, man. And I've gone through
And it's
that.
crazy. It's usually the people that you didn't do anything to.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I did everything
Wait,
wrong.
you might have inconvenienced them.
I guess, but now we're getting into like some different women I dated, which I ain't even gonna talk about because that'd be a whole nother podcast.
So,
we gotta get the fuck out of here.
So this was a good therapy session for you.
Well, I mean, I feel like we all talked.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
gonna put it on me.
Hey, the internet shits on podcasts, especially when it comes to men. But I swear to God, this is better than therapy.
Oh, definitely.
This is wait, I had a therapy session in the last week. That shit was horrible. I felt like I had a court-appointed therapist.
Look, I'm about to tell him to write that, but he ain't no comedian, so I'm gonna take that.
That shit was horrible, bro. She just did not get where I was coming from. I was like, yeah, so I'm going through this and I'm going through this. She's like, oh, okay, so I'm getting that you feel this way. I was like, no, that's not right at all. And it was on the phone too, and she was 30 minutes late. And like, I'm like, I low-key hung up on that bitch. I was like, you're wasting my time.
Was it BetterHelp?
I don't know.
No, BetterHelp is just something I be hearing.
I remember I used to.
It's so bad.
I remember when I first moved here, I used to go see a therapist. This black lady.
When you moved here?
Yeah, I moved here.
Oh,
I used to go every other week. I used to go, and I swear to God, it's like it seemed like every single time it was like at this certain point, it was always tear time. It was like she always had the tissue ready. Here you go.
She was trying to make you cry.
No, it was like it just seemed like I always end up crying.
Oh, that's a good therapist.
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
Yeah, right.
You know, my daddy died when I was, but that might be the reason, and it just happened every time too.
What's her number?
right. Give her a shout out.
But
no, yes, this was wonderful therapy, you know, and like I said, I love my mother, and I know she loves me, but like I said, and that's the other weird thing, like saying these things out loud, like words are spells.
Yeah.
Luckily, and fortunately, and consciously, I've said nothing bad about my mother, just things that we've had issues about, and I would like them to change, and if they don't, I know that it's God's will. But like, I had been thinking about the police pulling me over for 4 days, and because I'm aware of manifestation, like when I think about it, I'll move it out the way, right? And they pulled me over today, and it might have been only because I was aware of manifestation and me moving it away that everything went so smoothly now. So I don't want to manifest nothing bad with my mother, which is why I try to make certain to understand that I know she don't dislike me, she don't hate me, she loves me. We just got some issues, and I'll say this much, man. It's like I think I forget which one of you all said it, but it's like we think about parents, right? And we remember. Oh, it was you. We remember the one time they fucked up, or the one time that really fucked us up that they did. You being in jail in Vegas, and we conveniently forget about the every moment of every day that they did
every single day
that made us feel great and feel wonderful.
3 times a day
right.
for 20 years.
Or I mean, even in a day, you looking at TV and you like, I'm gonna be just like him, I'm gonna be just like her, and your parents didn't go, you fucking little shit. They didn't do that, but we remember the 1 and 2 times that they did something that we completely don't fuck with. I try to remember that, but it don't take away from the fact that.
I'm so happy you said that. That's real shit.
Yeah, it's like I try to remember, like, yo, we got 3-4 moments versus 30 years of moments. 30 years, 365 days, 24 hours in a day. Every hour they own the money. And I'm like, you know what? Them 30 years, 5 minutes in them 30 years, you was on some fuck shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that ain't where it's at. You know,
it's stall them out.
Yeah.
But with DJ B, man, what you got coming up, bro?
I got mad parties I'm doing. It's summertime, so I'm working heavy on the parties. I am screenwriting and plenty of episodes of my pod coming up. Well, yeah, I actually want to get both of y'all on there.
Okay, I'm down, bro.
For sure, not at the same time.
Yeah, I don't want a fucking talkathon.
No, I'm just saying I gotta spread these fucking weeks out.
And what's the social media?
Social media, DJB323. You know what I'm saying? LA representative all day, every day. If you want to find me on anything, DJB323.
DJB. Let me see if I follow you right now.
DJB323.
Why you doing that, man? What city you about to hit up next?
You talking to me?
Yeah, you.
Shit. Nowhere. Shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm just in the world, man. DJB1. Nope. 1, 2, 3. I'm just out here, dog. You know, I got a new agent. I'm loving him. Shout out to Miss Tamara and Miss Jenny over there at Innovative. Shout out to Ethan Stern over there at 3 Arts. You know, we getting out there, we making it happen. I'm collecting a few dollars. I'm getting my, thank you, sir. I'm getting my my health together because health is wealth, and that's been most important. You know what I'm saying? But I'm putting different content out there. I'm creating different things. It's all gonna be on my it'll be on my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. At some point, it'll be on my YouTube. You know, different little silly videos and things like that. Follow me at ComedianRonT. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna make things happen, man.
Enough about me, nigga. What's going on with you?
Right.
What's going on with me? Like I said before, this weekend, Madhouse Comedy Club, San Diego. Remember, 2 shows this weekend. 2 days this weekend, 4 shows, 8, 10 o'clock Friday and Saturday. And man, I can't wait for that. You know,
Damn, this weekend? I mean, this episode coming out soon.
This episode is coming out soon.
I can't wait to see.
So, yeah, man, and make sure y'all continue checking out the rest of the content. Remember last episode I had Amanda Seals on. So, man, just more content coming, and before the mid-year break, I take. So I'm racking these episodes up. So I'll give y'all as much content as possible. So that's another episode. All right, man. Holla at y'all.